Alright, so I'm reviewing the MH27. I just picked up this light 2 weeks ago for my birthday, and I'm absolutely loving it. So I thought I'd show you what this flashlight's made of out here in the elements. So it's dark outside right now, so I thought I'd cycle through some of the modes and show you what this light's capable of. So one of the nice things that I like about this light is the power is on the back on the tail cap. You push it on, push it off, and then you have this plus and minus right here. That's for all the different modes. So right now we're on ultra low, which is 1 lumen, and then we have a medium, which is 55 lumens, and then we have a high, which is 250 lumens, and then we have a turbo, which is 1,000 lumens. So it's a very bright light. Most of the time when I'm out here on the trails and whatnot, I don't have to use that turbo mode, which is 1,000 lumens. Most of the time I'm cycling between the 50, which is this right here, and the 250 right here if I need to see a little bit further in front of me. And when I don't want my eyes to be screwed up at night, I go to the red mode right here. This is really nice because your eyes can adjust to the natural moonlight or just dark outside, and you can actually see a lot of the trail as you just use this red light here. So that's very convenient because you can just cycle through all these modes with the plus and minus here. So when you're on the lowest setting, which is ultra low, you can go to the red, the green, and the blue modes. So now I'm going to show you a couple shots of the light distance-wise. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys some of the modes that have on this light. Right now I'm on the lowest setting, which is 1 lumen. You can see my dog down there. It's a little bit hard to see at nighttime with the phone recording this guy, but it does a pretty good job of lighting up the areas around you for the 1 lumen. If you're trying to read a map or see something right in front of you, if you're walking on a narrow trail. Once you get out into the distance, you can still see it, but it's not enough light to light up. So I'm going to switch to the 55 lumen here, and once you kick that on, you can see a lot better. It's a lot more light, and you can see a lot of things around you. This is what I use mostly for when I'm walking or running on a trail at nighttime. So you can see plenty of things around you. Next, I'm going to kick it up to the 250, which is a lot brighter. It's a big step up in the amount of power here. The light right now is shining about 40 meters away, and as you can see, it's a lot brighter than the 55 lumen. Now I'll kick it up to the turbo. Once you do that, you're really seeing a lot of light. You're really reflecting a lot of this light around and using this reflector here. So this has got a really nice throw. It's got a nice, pretty wide, flood on it, and then it does have a pretty bright hot spot once you get that turbo mode.
Alright, here's some video from Joshua Tree. I was exploring some mines, and this light was awesome just because there was so much light needed when we were traveling around through there. This mine shaft right here was about 250 feet straight down, so it was nice to take some pictures and illuminate it all the way up with that 1,000 lumen burst turbo mode. Here's a shot of it with the turbo mode, and here's some photos of it inside the mines, as well as using the light painting with green and the red colors. There's a beam shot as well as long exposure of the beam in the Joshua Tree.
All right, here's a couple more shots of the beam. I'll go all the way up to turbo mode. This is the 1,000 lumens here, and this thing is just insanely bright. Really nice throw. Really bright. You can see forever with this thing. It's way overkill than you actually need on a daily basis. If you're searching for something, it's perfect. But definitely can stick with the 250 lumens, and the reflector on this thing is just amazing. It's got an awesome throw. You can see more than you would ever need to with just the 250 mode. And most of the time, I stick with the 55 lumens, which is one of the lower settings. The runtime for this is just insane. I'll put that on the screen for you guys. and then you have your ultra low. And then we have our red here too, which is nice for seeing in the dark. Doesn't hurt your eyes at all. Allows you to come back from turning your light off and then, you know, going back to no light. And then we also have a green mode, and then we have our blue mode. And then there's also a couple other modes. Strobe gets pretty intense. And then we have beacon. And then SOS. And then we also have a police mode, which is pretty crazy. Also red flashing and blue flashing. So this flashlight's awesome. Plus and minus are definitely great to have to cycle between mediums and lows and ultra lows and all the other different modes, as well as the USB port charging is just killer. And then tail cap turns it on and off. You can do direct access to red mode and turbo mode by just turning the light on. So if you hold the minus button and turn the light on, you'll go directly to red mode, which is the nighttime mode. And if you turn it off and on, it's stays in the same mode, and you can just momentarily press the tail cap and see those modes. If you want to do turbo, you can hold the plus and turn it on, and then you just get instant turbo mode. And then, you know, as soon as you turn the light on and off, you're going to get turbo mode again. So let's go back down to the low mode just so we don't blow out the camera here. And let's say you're shining around and you're in the medium mode, which is 55 lumens, and you see something ahead and you want to turn up the light really fast. All you have to do is push and hold the plus button and it goes instantly to turbo. And then, okay, you need to turn the light back down, press and hold the minus, it goes back into the low mode. So that's really cool modes there. And then to go into strobe mode, just push between the two buttons and that'll go right directly to strobe, and then you can go cycle through with the plus and minus to beacon and so forth. Those are just the few things I wanted to show you. One more thing that I want to show you guys too is if you want to check how much battery power this light has, you push both buttons at the same time and then turn the light on. You'll notice that it'll blink 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So it's 3.7 volts, and then it'll flash constantly, and it's a indicator of where the light is. So if you're dark and you're camping, you can leave this on, and I've left it on for about a week and it didn't even drain the battery at all. So it's a pretty cool feature there. All right, so this light comes with a lot of extra things in the bag box actually, and I wanted to show you those. One of them's a belt clip here, which I haven't used yet on the light, and then it also has a replacement for the USB port on the light. So if that does wear out, you can put a new one in there. That's pretty cool. So if the other one wears out, or if you lose it, if it catches on your pocket, that's pretty nice. Also 2 different O-rings for the main base of the light here, and then also the tail cap. So if those do get worn out, you can replace those. Has a micro USB cable with a nice little Nitecore tie on there, so it keeps them organized, which is pretty cool. And then a little lanyard there. And then of course the user manual and warranty cards.